What's up, guys? This is Mr. Tony Stark with the second part of my fantasy football tutorial for my YouTube only league, YouTube Money Showdown. Now, this is only for the people that have never played fantasy football before and are joining this league and need these tips to kind of get them going on the right track as far as that goes. In this little tutorial, I'll be showing you a little bit more detail as far as how to maneuver through your team roster and switching players in and out and all that good stuff. But before we get into that, as you can see here, all 16 teams have been claimed. The rosters will be filled when we set the draft date, and that's kind of what we need to discuss here, and that's what this video is going to be for. I need you guys to comment in this comment section below as to what date and time is going to be best for you. Next weekend, not this coming weekend, today's Friday, so not this weekend, but next weekend, either Friday or Saturday night. I need you guys to comment and tell me which time is better for you out of basically between 8 and whenever in the morning. And whenever you do comment, make sure you let me know what time zone you're in, because we're, I think, spread out between 4 different time zones, so I'll have to accommodate for everyone. So anyway, I definitely need to know exactly who's free when, because you don't want to get your team auto drafted. It's not going to be a good idea. You just don't want that to happen. You won't do that well, and it won't be as fun for you. So you want to be involved in the draft. It's going to be a really big, going to be a really fun time actually, having a live draft like that with everyone in the same lobby and able to talk, and that's that. So I might actually be trying to live stream that when we decide what date we're going to be doing that. But anyway, like I said, I just wanted to give you a little bit more in depth as far as the ESPN site and what to expect whenever you're in here. Maybe get a little bit better understanding of what you're doing. So up here under the league tab, you're going to see home settings, members, schedule, transaction counter, history, email, league, trophies, message board, and chat. Those are all different things that you can click on underneath the league, and that will give you all different kinds of information regarding the league and what's going on. Like if you click on schedule, it'll show you the entire league schedule from week 1 to week 10, or week 12, I mean, before the playoffs start. And then if you click on, where to go? Click on the members again, you can see who's all in it, the settings. I think you'll be able to see the points and all that, what each thing is worth. You definitely want to check that out, because that's going to determine what players you're going to want based on how many points they're going to be producing per week. And then you can see each thing in here with every single setting that you can view and take a look at. If you go back up to the top and click My Team, this is going to be your main screen where you're going to be doing the most work. If you click here, you're going to see that you have your overview. This is going to have everyone that's going to be starting each week, and you can click and put people from your bench to your starter and back and forth depending on who they're playing. You're going to want to look at their stats, which is going to show up in projections. You'll see what they're projected to do that week, even what the ESPN analysis is on that specific player. These are the things you're going to want to check out the most, okay? You're definitely going to make sure that the players that you have playing as your starters aren't on bye week. That means they're not playing that week. You want to make sure that you're swapping them in and out for the best and highest projected point total for each person, depending on what team they're playing. For instance, if you have a decent running back that's playing against the highest ranked rushing defense, you're probably not going to want to play him that week, because he probably won't do that well. So you're going to want to try to make sure that you're paying attention to the player and what team they're playing. Okay, and that's all going to be right here in these windows with these tabs. It's going to have all that information. If you go back up at the top here and you go to players, you'll be able to see who's a free agent, who's available to pick up. If you have a player that's not producing for you, that's not giving you points, you're going to want to drop them. You're going to want to come in and take a look at each position to see if you can fill your roster with people that are going to get you the most points. Ultimately, fantasy football is about getting more points than the other team each week. Okay, so even if your player does bad one week but does good the next week, it's all about the player's points per week and against who they're playing. So you definitely want to, like I said, make sure you check the projections, make sure you check who they're playing, the teams, and definitely watch to see who's being dropped and who's being picked up. Okay, I think as far as that goes, there's the standings tab, which will show you each of the 4 divisions and the teams in the division. The divisions, like I said, don't really mean anything. It's just a way to split up the 16 teams into an even number of divisions. We'll all be playing each other at some point during the year, mostly. There's a lot of teams, so I think a couple of us won't play every single team, depending on the playoffs, how the playoffs go. But yeah, this is basically what you're going to be looking at. You're going to be checking the stats. You're going to be checking the players. You're going to be checking your team, and then you're going to also want to check the league home for any kind of news. We can have message boards here, polls, all kinds of different things that we can talk to each other through here if we need to post messages to each other, and if we have to do that. But that's about it for me, guys. I'll be doing one more of these tutorials about the draft, just so you guys know what to expect as far as the draft goes. Again, this video is just for the people that have never played fantasy football before and just needed a few tips and tricks as far as what to expect and what to look for. Again, if you're still watching, make sure you do comment in the comment section below. Let me know when you're free next weekend for the draft to be scheduled. And I'm going to get that scheduled within the next couple days, so make sure you do respond promptly. All right, this is Mr. Tony Stark. I'm out of here. Peace.